Coming up on Pocono Mountains Magazine, satisfying your sweet tooth with desserts from around the world with Bri Dee. The bold blends and big plans brewing at this small batch coffee roastery. Taking control of your health and wellness. What Indian cuisine and a historic train car have in common. And from classroom to career, how hospitality inspires our future leaders.
Weighing the impact of tourism for hundreds of quality-of-life projects across the Poconos. See how one community has enhanced its parks in a big way. Plus, the family business of hospitality is strong with Bill Rader and Mountain Springs Lake Resort. We get his Pocono perspective.
No more Jane in love songs.
And to listen to our next Pocono showcase, Steel Creek, a blend of country and rock at the historic Sherman Theater.
Up to now,
Hello everyone, welcome to the March episode of Pocono Mountains Magazine from the historic Sherman Theater in downtown Stroudsburg.
Spring is in the air, and this month is also Women's History Month. We have many female-owned businesses here in the Poconos to celebrate.
Yeah, Bri Dee, you guys get all the sweet adventures out there. Check out this confectionery adventure here in Stroudsburg.
Hey everyone, it's Bri.
And Dee, behind every sweet bite is a story, and today we're getting a taste.
At a place where love is baked into every dessert. We're at Sonia's Sweet Inspirations, not too far from downtown Stroudsburg, with the couple behind this business, Sonia herself and her husband, Carl. Tell us what you have to offer here.
So in this case here, it was pretty much all cupcakes. We have French macarons, that is very popular, people love that. We have pretty much like 30 different flavors every single day. The most popular by far, I think, is the strawberry cheesecake, lemon blueberry. Cannoli is always very popular. Over here in this case, there are different pastries. Almond cloud is the most popular cookie we have by far.
Combination cookies
Combination,
and pastries.
yeah. Over there, that donut, we call sonho in Brazil. Sonho means dream. So, but it's a donut filled with pastry cream, cinnamon buns over there. Flan, that is very Brazilian also. We do a lot of different things, and I don't settle just for what I have in here. I'm always come up with new things.
So people can walk in and pick something right from the cases, but they can also order something custom. Tell us about that.
Yes, the cakes are custom orders only. We do weddings, sweet 16, any type of custom cakes we do.
So where would you say the inspiration came from? You started in your home kitchen.
Yes.
What made you want to then move from there to an actual business?
Like the baking passion I have, I'm from Brazil, and over there when I was a little kid, I was already baking and loved to look at different things, different countries, recipes. So this what my inspiration was like. One day I'm gonna have to do this. I love to compete on cake competitions, and I did that a couple times and I won. And then I started baking from like my church. Then everybody's like, Sonia, you need to open, you have a gift. And that's what we did.
What is that feeling that you want your customers to have when they come and get something from you and then leave?
You want to make a memory. You want it to be something special. And this is exactly what I want them to taste that. Say, man, that's one of the best things that I ever tasted.
So now Sonia and Rosemary are showing us how the magic happens.
So tell us what we're going to make today and how we get started.
Okay, we're gonna make a chocolate mousse cup that is very popular. I have one already done over there. So what you guys gonna start with? Like this bag is already open.
Okay.
So we're gonna make the mold first. See that little mark over here?
Okay.
Is where the chocolate gonna go.
Okay.
I smell the chocolate.
It smells so good.
Delicious.
Yeah, we use a Belgian chocolate, so it's really good quality. So this is the chocolate mousse part, right, that you guys are doing. So it's chocolate. Rosemary, want to explain what's
So
in
there's
there?
heavy cream, egg yolks, sugar, and then you cook it to a certain temperature and add the melted chocolate to it. And then you wait for that to cool, and you're gonna add the whipped cream into it.
Is this hard for you to watch someone else do it?
Feel bad for the person getting this one.
You're probably gonna take that one home.
That's yours. You feel bad for yourself.
He says I'm gonna take this one home.
Okay, so we're good with that. And now we're gonna decorate. That's the easy part and the fun part.
so much fun, but I don't think they're going to be hiring us anytime soon.
It was fun trying though.
We'll be the certified taste testers,
Yeah.
and you can visit soniasweetinspirations.com for more.
Because every celebration deserves something sweet.
We're Bri and Dee with the Pocono Television Network.
Welcome to the Knob Overlook here in Mount Pocono. This public space has benefited from a lot of grant dollars over recent years, helping folks enjoy a beautiful view of the Poconos. We'll give you the story coming up on Pocono Mountains Magazine.
From bean to bag, the special story brewing at this coffee roastery in the Poconos, coming up on Pocono Mountains Magazine.
More great stories on Pocono Mountains Magazine coming up. First, some Pocono notables from across the region.
The Poconos' first neighborhood hospital is now open. LVH Pocono Creek in Bartonsville, brought to you by Lehigh Valley Health Network, features a full-service ER, inpatient beds, and outpatient imaging services. Family medicine, cardiology, physical therapy, and other services are also on site.
The Great American Getaway 400 is back at the Tricky Triangle. Visit PA is once again the sponsor of the June NASCAR race, this year at Pocono Raceway. Tickets for all races, including the Sunday race on June 14th, are on sale right now at PoconoRaceway.com.
Thanks to Mother Nature and advanced snowmaking technology, some ski resorts in the Poconos have announced they're staying open into spring. In fact, Camelback Resort is positioned to have its longest ski season ever, with operations expected to push into May.
And a special recognition given to women serving in the military, now marking a decade in combat. State lawmakers were at the Women Veterans Museum in Mount Pocono to mark the milestone. More on the good work being done at the museum later on this edition of Pocono Mountains Magazine.
The Pocono Beverage Trail, your personal guide to the best breweries, wineries, and distilleries in the Pocono Mountains.
Like award-winning Three Hammers Winery.
Our mobile passport crafts your individual journey. Discover a new location each time you visit, with seasonal varieties to choose from.
Like unique brews from Raleigh Creek Brewing Company.
It offers deals and discounts to redeem during your visit.
So why wait?
Craft your adventure at PoconoBeverageTrail.com.
Hi, it's Jim Hamill, and we are so very fortunate to have many organizations giving back to the communities across the Pocono Mountains, including the Pocono Mountains Visitors Bureau, which over the past few years has given away hundreds of thousands of dollars to communities like Mount Pocono here and projects like this pocket park, but many more projects than that that make us extremely Pocono proud.
In the middle of winter, the Knob Overlook in Mount Pocono has views upon views. The Delaware Water Gap in the distance, Camelback Mountain to name a few. The trails and vantage point here are a favorite of Jeremy Schuster's in any season.
Definitely in the summertime. I come up here pretty often. I would be running up here usually just for the view. You'll always see an eagle or great fall colors or just other random things that we just come across up here.
The Knob Overlook wasn't always this welcoming. Mount Pocono Borough saw its potential and applied for funding from the Pocono Mountains Visitors Bureau. The result? Some new signage, paved access, and trail work for everyone to enjoy.
It's cleared, it's accessible now. There's signage, landscaping, all the things to kind of make it have a facelift.
I think it's been awesome. I mean, it definitely has brought more people up to the Knob itself to really take in the beautiful views that we have.
Our region certainly has a lot to be proud of. Our quality of life across the 4 counties and numerous communities benefits from tourism dollars. More than $1.5 million in PMVB grants recently, pumped back into more than 150 projects, ranging from new parks, signs, arts projects, safety improvements, even park upgrades in Pocono Township, and a drone program for its police department. Back in Mount Pocono, another example of the good work being done by volunteers, Sergeant Major Claudette Williams, retired from the Army, but carrying on the mission to celebrate the contributions of so many women in combat.
It is needed. I've
seen so many veterans that came in our door that felt like they were at home. I've had veterans that said, oh my God, I feel like I can relax here. I can share my story.
The faces, the uniforms, and in particular, the flags and poles that honor all branches of the military outside the Women Veterans Museum were the result of that community impact grant from the Visitors Bureau. Pocono tourism dollars doing good in the community.
Because of that grant, we were able to fly those flagpoles with the different branches of service on it. So that contribution was very, very helpful to us.
From veterans honored for their sacrifices over the years at this museum in Mount Pocono's Five Corners, to an empty lot in the downtown, now transformed into a pocket park for the community. These holiday decorations were thanks to tourism grant money as well, and some of the construction of this new space for visitors, and especially residents.
Once we saw that park pop up, we were super excited because there's the tables, everything else, and it's a great day. You can literally just sit outside, enjoy your food.
When we invest in our parks, like our downtown park, it has pumped some energy into downtown. It is now a vibrant, accessible, welcoming space. And before it was just a vacant lot, so it wasn't being used for anything. Now we see, people gathering, having lunch there, using the open space. So definitely in Mount Pocono, the impact of the Visitors Bureau has been felt in a tremendous way. Such substantial improvements in the borough. We're seeing not only from our residents' point of view, but from visitors' point of view. Downtown decorations, replacing them doesn't sound like a big deal, but it makes a big deal.
A big deal thanks in small part to the pride shared by the tourism industry all across the Poconos. Watch for more projects later this year and in future years that will be supported in your community in the same way. This has been Jim Hamill for the Pocono Television Network.
I love a good cup of coffee. It's how I start every morning. Today we're checking out this small batch coffee roastery in the Poconos. Where bold flavors and big plans are brewing. They've poured everything in. Grinded, really. And created the perfect blend for success. Adam Reinach and Brian Polnisek met in 2014 while working in the Poconos hospitality industry. Together, they dreamed of eventually opening their own cafe. That plan took a caffeinated turn in 2021 while the couple was on a cross-country road trip in Seattle.
And we noticed that consistently, there wasn't just cafes. Every cafe was roasting their own beans. So on the way home, we pretty much stopped. We went through Montana or whatever, and we were talking like, well, what is this business going to look like? We knew we were going to start something.
Immediately seeing the vibe out west and how they were dealing with coffee and what the experience felt like, this is something that needs to come back home to us. We can do something like this.
Days later, they bought this coffee roaster, began researching the process, and converted a garage on their property in Reeders into a roastery. Hrysek Farms, a blend of Adam and Brian's last names, was born. As the company grew, their little red roaster couldn't keep up with demand, so they found themselves on another road trip to pick up the perfect upgrade they found online.
And we reached out to them, we bought the roaster, but it was in New Mexico, so we ended up deciding to rent a box truck and drove all the way to New Mexico to get this coffee roaster, just the two of us in 4 days.
They source beans from Guatemala, Tanzania, Papua New Guinea, Ethiopia, Colombia, and Brazil. Everything is roasted to order, so it's always fresh, in compostable packaging. While the roastery isn't open to the public just yet, Hrysek Farms is served at Shawnee Inn and Golf Resort and select coffee shops. You can also find Adam and Brian selling their products at community fairs and festivals, including Pride Fest in Stroudsburg, or order direct from hrysekfarms.com.
And I think our journey in appreciating and understanding coffee has really grown with what we're doing here, the people we meet.
Where is this bean from? It has an origin and that has a story. Like, coffee isn't just this thing that comes in a cup.
Their property includes a private trailhead that leads to Big Pocono State Park near Camelback Resort. They love hiking the old railbed with their dog, Hugo. They also have a passion for baking and hope to open a bakery cafe, bringing coffee and nature lovers together.
It's going to be here on the property. right up against Big Pocono State Park. We want to connect into the rails to trails so people can come out, hike and bike and get a cup of coffee, baked goods, experience the outdoors.
It's going to be the roast origin forward experience. You come in, take your time. It's unlikely to have a drive-through. We want you to get out of your car. We want you to come inside. We want you to get a feel for it. We want you to hang out for a little bit.
While those plans percolate, Adam and Brian reflect on the journey.
There was a time I thought I wasn't going to sell any coffee, like whatsoever. I would sit there at night and be like, did I just buy thousands of dollars of coffee that's now going to sit there? And now we moved through that in a week, and it's crazy to think like.
The excitement, we have a picture of Adam, the first case we ever sold wholesale, like this box of 12 bags, and it was just so much joy and excitement.
That really comes down to one thing, we're grateful that, there's so many people that order our coffee online. We see them every month, or they come and see us at every event. And the people that come and support our business in whatever form it is, that's how we've gotten from maybe a bag a week to say 5 to 6 to 20 or whatever it is.
Fueled by coffee and community. I'm Brianna Strunk with the Pocono Television Network.
Getting your health back is one thing, keeping it is another. Coming up, I'll take you inside a wellness center that's helping people restore their health.
And the unique offerings inside this historic train car, coming up on Pocono Mountains Magazine.
This edition of Pocono Mountains Magazine is presented by St. Luke's Monroe Campus and East Stroudsburg University.
The Pocono Mountains has dozens of ski trails designed for every skill level, from gentle beginner slopes to fast runs. No snow? No problem. We make our own. Even if it's not snowing outside, we've still got you and the trails fully covered. Whether you're an expert skier or still learning.
Well, let's talk about pizza's making me hungry. Oh, me too.
She should stick to snow tubing.
Hey, I heard that.
Plan your next adventure by visiting poconoski.com.
A lot of people don't start thinking seriously about their health until something doesn't feel quite right. For Liam, that moment was a turning point. His journey didn't start with a business plan. It started with a personal decision to take control of his own health. Liam and his wife moved to Milford to start fresh. A new country, a growing family, and businesses that demanded everything.
The combination of stresses of running small businesses in a small town in a foreign country, it wasn't without challenges.
As Liam began experiencing health issues, he started looking for ways to regain his energy and focus.
I was fortunate enough to have come from a health background previously, so I knew of technology that was available that I suspected was going to help me. I thought about this technology and how we'd actually planned out another space, another wellness space prior to the stores, and so I thought, if only I had that technology available to me now. And then I thought, well, why can't I? I had created a very compact version of this technology that would allow me to not only be able to utilize this technology myself, but also share it with other people.
Just as Liam began seeing results, the local spa closed. Some of his wellness technology was already running inside Better World, and several massage therapists suddenly needed a new place to practice.
We'd set up this quasi-spa technology in the middle of a busy juice bar. So it wasn't exactly the most tranquil environment having juices and blenders going off in the background. So we were looking for a new space as well. We had a building available to us. It was a Victorian 150-year-old mansion that needed a little bit of loving, but was the perfect space for us to combine those two worlds, both the new world wellness technology that helped me, and then we had the old world of massage, reflexology, yoga and the likes that we're able to combine together. I think it is that combination of the new and old world. We're utilizing the latest that is available to us for a very concentrated dose of what we would normally get in nature. This technology is not really that foreign to us, really, when we're thinking about what we would get out spending time in nature. If we're connecting with the earth, we get the magnetic field of the earth running through our system. If we're out in the forest breathing purer air, we're getting the oxygen that we need. Red light typically is something that we get from the morning sun. Having that technology, making it more accessible, making it concentrated, is what allows us to make a bit more of a difference. But then we bring in that old world wellness where having people cared for with body works, and sometimes it's having somebody else laying their hands on us that brings us back to wellness.
Every treatment at Health House is designed for your unique needs. I even got to try a few myself. There's truly something for everyone.
For us, my personal journey, having that transformation, if I can share that and allow people to perform better in their everyday lives, to enjoy life a little bit better, less pain, maybe more energy, that's really the magic for us.
Health House makes wellness accessible in Milford. Locals and visitors alike can feel their best, with Better World just a block away to maintain it.
So we see the two working rather symbiotically. So we've got, for people like me needing to get back to a point of wellness, that's where the Health House comes in. This is a hub for recovery, to get you back to feeling good again. And then the store is there to help to maintain that health, to keep us healthy and support a healthy lifestyle.
Liam's journey is a reminder that sometimes the most meaningful businesses are born from personal experience. What began as one man's decision to prioritize his health has grown into a dedicated space to help others do the same. I'm Deanna Fontanez with the Pocono Television Network.
What does this historic train car and authentic Indian food have in common? Let's head inside to find out. Welcome to Tandoor Palace in Tannersville, where classic Indian drinks, dishes, and desserts come to life. Behind the scenes, the team uses fresh, healthy ingredients and traditional tools like this clay oven, called a tandoor, to create their cuisine.
We use herbs, we have fresh garlic, everything in ginger, and it's good for stomach, and it's very flavorful. Everything is very flavorful.
Many of the hands making and serving the meals have worked here a long time, including Krupa Soni, who is celebrating 13 years of serving warm food and hospitality.
You can make money anywhere, it's easy, but it's not easy to find the good people, So that's why main thing. And then now the staff is also friendly with each other, Yeah, it's like a family.
I think we're gonna go for the buffet.
A second home for longtime staff and loyal customers.
My husband and I sneak here for afternoon dates. I don't know, probably about 15 years now. 15 years we've been coming here. You can tell the moment it touches your lips that it is fresh and gourmet.
One of the dining rooms is located inside an old train car, making this an attraction.
People like it. It's a landmark here in Tannersville.
That's why we are more busy too, because people love a train,
According to this 1968 newspaper article, the train car was formerly part of the Train Coach restaurant, an extension of the motel next door known as Hill Motor Lodge. Today, it's a Days Inn. When the famous Phoebe Snow on the Erie-Lackawanna Railway was decommissioned in 1966, ending passenger rail service in the area, the motel's owner decided to recreate the popular Pullman-style dining at his business. He purchased defunct train cars from the Pennsylvania Railroad and marketed his unique addition as authentic railroad dining with a cocktail bar. Today, it's Tandoor Palace.
It is almost every car, except for maybe a regular, who stops to take a picture of the train car or to pose for their picture with the train car.
Tandoor Palace is close to Pocono places like the Pocono Premium Outlets, Camelback Resort, and Great Wolf Lodge.
So now we have Indian people more know about this place, from the New York, from the New Jersey.
For some, this place brings a sense of home. For others, an opportunity to explore new culture and flavors. You'll find classic Indian paintings and decor throughout the restaurant.
So people when come here, they feel like it's India. They're feeling they are standing in India, in America.
While this was my first time at Tandoor Palace,
That is so good.
it certainly won't be my last. I'm Brianna Strunk with the Pocono Television Network.
Get to know 2 CCTI students and their passions, plus learn how this trade school is shaping the local workforce. Coming up on Pocono Mountains Magazine. Career paths look the same, and for many students, hands-on learning makes all the difference. Today I'm here at Carbon Career and Technical Institute, where creativity and practical learning can turn into real-life career opportunities. Here in the Pocono Mountains, tourism and hospitality drive our local economy. It's the region's largest industry, shaping the future of our workforce. I checked in with some students here at CCTI to find out what inspired them to choose their path.
I've always loved cooking and baking ever since I was a small child. Baking has always been my preference. I don't know, it speaks to me somehow. Touring the school and seeing what they offer, it just seemed really inviting, like something that would help me continue my career into the future and just keep me entertained and occupied during my high school years. So that's ultimately why I decided to come here.
A typical day blends classroom lessons with hands-on practice. From knife skills to specialty dishes, students in this department prepare lunch for the entire school, gaining real experience with large-scale food prep, and once a month, they open the restaurant to the public, practicing service skills that prepare them for the region's restaurants and resorts. Through this hands-on learning and real-world experience, students are getting a clearer picture of what their future could look like.
I have learned a bunch of nice skills here which are incredibly useful in any kitchen industry. Any baking skills, like just how to make a pie dough or times that things need to set. Carryover cooking is a really big one in baking. And all of these skills have helped me a lot in the job that I have. I do work at 2 different restaurants here in Jim Thorpe. One is my co-op job, which is a program that our school offers so I can go to work on my tech days. My other job is just an after school at Sweet and Savory by Alexandria. This program has really opened my eyes to what culinary jobs look like in the field.
While Kyrie dreams of bringing her skills back home, she says the school gives every student a chance to explore their own journey.
There's so many options for anybody's hazards, even just something to keep them occupied genuinely, because you can switch out of classes, you can take a different tech area if you're not interested in what you're doing. The school makes it so that way they allow for you to be able to try out everything, to see what you want to do. They're very centered on you, and I think that's a beautiful thing.
Like Kyrie, Marissa's time at CCTI gave her hands-on experience in graphic design that she's already using in college.
My teacher was very big on using design briefs, which is word by word what the client wants for their design. So I think that helped me understand it's very clientele based and you work with the customer.
The Poconos is huge for tourism and hospitality, and graphic design plays an important role in that industry.
I think graphic design is a huge part because every major business needs advertising in order to draw tourists in.
Marissa had the opportunity to create a design for a well-known landmark here in Jim Thorpe, Asa Packer Mansion.
So it was a logo contest that was for Jim Thorpe and then also CCTI school district. And each of us created a design and then we sent them in, and ultimately mine was chosen. I decided to do the iconic top of the building. I had an acquaintance in marketing here that told me that was a big landmark of the building, so that's why I chose that. And I think it was a great opportunity to get real world experience.
The training the students gain prepare them for careers right out of school.
I think it could definitely prepare you for a career a bit better than a regular high school, as you are getting at least a minimum of 3 years experience in whatever your area is. And even if you don't choose to do that, it's always something you can do as backup, because in each tech area you do get certifications. So you'll always have them as backup if you don't end up entering that industry.
Hands-on, skills-based training is key to preparing students for today's job market.
We also have a thriving co-op program where the kids actually do get to go out and work. Most of it's their junior and senior year, but they do go out and work with our local businesses. And a lot of times that does transition into full-time work after graduation.
At Carbon Career and Technical Institute, students are gaining hands-on skills, real experience, and the confidence to step into careers that matter to our community. Whether it's through culinary arts or graphic design, these students are proof that when education meets opportunity, the future looks pretty promising. I'm Deanna Fontanez with the Pocono Television Network.
He's a third-generation resort owner in the Poconos and is helping guests experience the best in hospitality. Meet Bill Rader in the latest Pocono Perspectives with Chris Barrett, coming up on Pocono Mountains Magazine.
At East Stroudsburg University, you will study with cutting-edge technology. You can perform in the classroom, field, or stage. You'll get involved on campus and off. You can have fun preparing for your future.
All aboard! Roll along the scenic railways in the Pocono Mountains as you learn about local history. The Stourbridge Line in Honesdale and the Lehigh Gorge Scenic Railway in Jim Thorpe. Both offer seasonal rides the whole family will enjoy. Hop on the bike train or delight in a delicious meal on the dinner train. Visit PoconoMountains.com/trains to book your next tour.
Bill Rader, co-owner of Mountain Springs Lake Resort. Your operation has been a family affair forever. So what was that like?
You know, I would just say from the perspective of growing up, I don't think I could have chosen a better environment to grow up. And what I mean by that is you're always around family. You're in a beautiful natural environment. I mean, you've been around the Poconos. There's a lot of places you could say that about. Our resort's one of them. But the other thing is, I think it kind of helped me stay in line a little bit. And let me explain what I mean by that. So number one, if you're in a family business, you start working when you're pretty young. My siblings and I did as well. And it's just because it's part of our lives. You know, we were very fortunate. Our parents both lived to be almost 100 years old.
Is that right?
Yeah, they were. Yeah, absolutely. So our father was a Second World War vet. Our mom was, 5 years younger than him. They got married in 1951, and that first cabin was built in 1952. Our family had several businesses in the Lehigh Valley prior to that. And it was always our father's dream to spend time at the resort and spend his life there. So he and my mother moved up in 1952, and they never left. As a matter of fact, something I left out about how the family found the place. When my father was about 10 or 12 years old, his dad took he and a buddy fishing up in the Poconos. They stayed at our sister lake, and they saw a big Pocono from Trout Lake. And they decided they're gonna hike to the top of the mountain. So when they got back that afternoon, he told his father about this really neat lake he saw, and that's how they found Mountain Springs Lake, and he ended up befriending the guy that owned the property.
Your property has changed quite a bit over the years. So can you go back to when you grew up there to where it is now? Because you told me a lot of stories when we drove around the property, which are really neat and interesting. Mm-hmm. But it's amazing. You still have I'll let you tell the old charming cabins and like where we're at right now.
Sure. So, I mean, this is our 80th year. So it's been in the family
wow.
for a long time. Our grandfather and some partners bought it back in 1945, and then he, slowly bought those folks out. We built our first accommodation in 1952. And the reason I mention that is because the way I describe the resort is it's really architecture by decade. So, half a dozen in one decade, maybe a few more in another decade. Next thing you know, you're 80 years in, you've got 40 accommodations. And our most recent accommodations were built in 2019.
They're gorgeous,
and we're constantly refurbishing and doing those things. And the reason I think it's important to mention is because we really appeal to a broad base of tastes and what people are looking for to experience when they come up to the Poconos. So if you want a rustic log cabin feel, we've got it. If you want a luxurious suite feel with soaking tubs and things like that, we've got it. And we're not the only place like that up here, but I think it provides a unique experience for folks. 320 acres, 40 accommodations, so it's super low density, plus we have a wedding and event facility. So a lot of people leverage it for that as well.
Getting back to 1945, so what did you start with in 1945? when your family?
So when they bought it, it was basically a lake and land. So the original parcel was about 450 acres, 76-acre lake. And there was really nothing on it except a couple of barns, and there was a boarding house. That boarding house you now know is the Lodge at Mountain Springs Lake. That's the wedding and event facility. So we added and built out around that. We built our first accommodation in 1952, as I mentioned. And then we built a series of accommodations. I think in the 50s we had maybe 8 accommodations, and we built several more in the 60s. We acquired another small piece of property that had what we still use for seasonal units. And then we just kept adding those, accommodations over the decades. And thinking back to, say, the late 70s, I think we had 23 units, and now we've got 39.
So I say this with all respect and kind of an honor way, but when guests started to visit in the 40s, is some of it the reasons why they are visiting and what they do almost still the same?
I think the answer is yes, with a slight caveat. And what I mean by that is when you think about the Poconos over, and you've seen the historical photos of the grand old hotels that used to be here and things like that, there aren't many of those left. There used to be a lot of resorts like ours here. Now, if I want to compare ours to other resorts, I need to look at different parts of the country because there just aren't that many left. But when you think about what people came up here for, whether it was relaxation, to get out in nature, things like that, that's always been the foundation of what's brought people here. But the industry's changed. So when I was young, I would say the largest part of the hospitality industry in the Poconos was the honeymoon, were the honeymoon resorts. And I had people, we lived in St. Louis for 21 years. When I would mention I was from the Poconos, in St. Louis they would say honeymoon capital of the world. So people knew that. And it's now transitioned to other things. We have skiing, we have a lot of outdoor activities. The water parks are a really big deal up here. They bring a lot of people up to the Poconos. So I would just say that foundationally, nature, getting outside, spending time with people you care about, that's always been the story up here.
We've spoken to so many people who it's so ingrained in their family. You remind me of Woodlock when John Kiesendahl said, I want you to treat people as if they're guests in your own home.
Absolutely.
And we just talked to Ben May and Nick Iglarski, and they said exactly the same thing. And you don't really see that very often now. And there's so much of it up here, which I think we're just so lucky that we have it all in one place. And the thing that you've done for decades, that's not typical. And I think that's why we're successful. I do.
I would agree, and I'll once again turn that credit back to our parents. That's how they raised us. That's what we did. I used to jokingly say, my mom collected friends like some other people find a stray dog and they'll feed the dog. When you walked into our house, you never knew who was going to be at dinner, and there was always enough. That's just how it was. It's how our parents were, and I think that rubbed off on my siblings and I as well.
Tell us about you. What's your background? Because you have a really interesting background too.
Somebody once said to me, everybody has at least one good book in them, and I don't know if I have a good book, but it's a varied background. So, born and raised in the Poconos. I know there aren't all that many people here like that, but I was, born and raised here. Went to Pocono Mountain High School when it was just one high school. And then when I was in my early 30s, I wanted to see what else was out there, so I ended up leaving the resort because I worked there from college on.
Where'd you go to college?
Lycoming College in Williamsport, Pennsylvania.
You majored in?
Business administration.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And I had an opportunity to get into financial services and ended up in the asset management business. So in order to do that, we had to move to St. Louis. So we parachute dropped into St. Louis, lived there for 21 years. We lived in New York for a while. So that was a really rewarding career. But, it's funny. I was thinking about this when I was driving up here today. And no matter where I was, I always thought about this area, this place, as what defined natural beauty to me. And what it looked like outside. And I think a lot of people could say that no matter where you grew up. I think it helps define that for you. And what I used to say to my wife when we lived, living in New York or wherever we lived, I'll be like, someday I'm going to live in a place where I'm not walking outside my front door and seeing somebody else's front door, and I'm back here to do that again.
I love New York, but coming back from New York as you get closer to the Poconos, it just gets better and better and better.
Blood pressure goes down, yeah, absolutely.
Until you get here, and the air's so clean, it's so gorgeous, and like you said, it defines beauty, and your base definition of beauty was different.
Was that, yeah.
So do you miss that life, or?
You know, I mean, it was super rewarding. I have a lot of friends from that period of our life. We have met great people wherever we lived, but I don't miss the couple, 3 flights a week anymore. That's for sure.
So now that you're back, one of the things I think that might be interesting to ask is what changes have you seen in the Poconos from living here, operating the business with your parents, leaving, then coming back? How has it changed for you?
Very simple question. I would say it's not an easy answer. And what I mean by that is, I was gone for 25 years. It still kind of looks the same. There are new buildings here and things like that, but it's a really different place. The hospitality industry has changed quite a bit. People still want to get up here, get outside, breathe in the fresh, clean air. But it's a different place than it was when I left. All of that stated, one of the things that I think is important to note is this. When you think about who visits here, it's people, right? And though people have changed, tastes have changed, there's a lot more people here than there used to be. It's still little kids that want to have fun. They want to spend time with people they care about. It's still families and friends coming up to spend time with people that they care about most. That part is the same. And I think it's really important for us to keep that in mind because we have to be cognizant of changes. And as people's tastes evolve and things like that, we have to answer those things. We're in the hospitality business. But we also have to remember they're people. And those baseline things should always be what drives our most important decisions.
I always learn something. I always learn a lot of good stuff from you. This has not been a disappointment. This has been Pocono Perspectives. As always, thanks for watching.
Coming up on Pocono Mountains Magazine, a preview of the next Pocono Showcase with this band, Steel Creek.
Everyone has a story, and your smile is the best way to tell it. It shows your confidence, greets new friends, and opens the door to new possibilities.
St. Luke's OMS offers all-on-4 dental implants, a revolutionary solution to help you regain your smile.
Dental implants are a minimally invasive procedure that provides a permanent alternative to traditional dentures that will give you immediate results and enhance your quality of life.
Get the smile you deserve with St. Luke's OMS. Contact us today.
Indoor golf has arrived at the Shawnee Inn and Golf Resort. The new golf simulator, located at the Gem and Keystone Tavern, is perfect for a night out with friends or off-season practice. Book your session at ShawneeInn.com.
Hi, I'm Gary C. from Poco 103 and the host of Pocono Showcase. Here's a preview of our next episode with Steel Creek.
Here I am before you, just a girl and her guitar. Here to serenade you, all my feelings felt so far. Lost in time, I bring you back in years just to show you loving arms that cannot hold me tight to say goodnight, give meaning to my words, so here I am. Here I am before you, just a girl and her guitar. Simple words control me, just to play with my guitar. Up to now my words were only place for others. And then you walked only to hold me tight and say goodnight, give meaning to my words, so here I am. Ooh, here I stand before you, just a girl and her guitar. No more Jane in love songs, only feelings from the heart. Up till now my words were only place for others. And in you walked only to hold me tight and say goodnight. You're leaning to my words, so here I am. Here I stand before you. 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 She's California bound to join the one she's found, not for fame but love, with help from above. She's packed her things away, with hope she's there to stay. She's California bound to join the one she's found. Hollywood and studios mean nothing to this girl. A future life full of love calls her to this world. And while my dreams see me going there to play music for everyone, she will always be California bound to join the one she's found, not for fame but love, with help from above. She's packed her things away, with hope she's there to stay. She's California bound to join the one she's found. She's not going there to be a movie star or to sing her life away. She's got a dream of her own with the man of her life, and she's going there to stay. And while my dreams see me going there to play music for everyone, she will always be California bound to join the one she's found, not for fame but love, with help from above. She's packed her things away, with hope she's there to stay. She's California bound to join the one she's found. And while my dreams see me going there to play music for everyone, she will always be California bound to join the one she's found, not for fame but love, with help from above. She's packed her things away, with hope she's there to stay. She's California bound to join the one she's found. She's California bound to you're the one she's found. She's California bound. That you're the one she's found.
Jenny, when did you start singing? Where did it all begin for you?
Do I have to really tell you? It's going to give you my age. When I was in high school, it was my senior year, and I broke my knee, and I was bored to tears, and I grabbed a guitar someone gave me and said, here, learn how to play this.
Wow.
And that's how it all got started.
Did you need the Mel Bay guitar chord book?
I had a Mel Bay guitar book. I had a Beatles book, like a beginner's Beatles book, and there was no internet at the time, no YouTube, you know, so
When did you start performing?
When I was in college, I started hitting the open mic at Sarah Street Grill. It was every Wednesday night, and that kind of got my nerves out of me, and then I started playing. I had the circuit, Floods, Front Row, when there was a Front Row, The Hoop, Willow Tree, and I played like, you know, Tuesday night here, Wednesday night there, Thursday night there, Friday night, for basically all the way through college. So.
Do you come from a musical family at all? Anybody else?
My uncle was in Steel Creek for a long time, for years, and then he retired. But he's really the only musical person in my family. So I was an athlete growing up, and then when I broke my knee, that all switched. So.
Jenny, why do you suppose the Poconos is such a hotbed of talent? Why is that?
There's so many great venues to play. It's a beautiful area. You would want to live here. So I think a lot of musicians are here because of the area, the venues to play. There's great crowds. So I think that's a big part of it.
Have you recorded your music?
I have recorded, yep.
Where can people find it?
My music is on all social media platforms, Spotify, you name it, like all of the areas and places that have music that you can buy online, iTunes. It's on my website, jennyhackettmusic.com. There's links for everything there.
All right. Are you playing anywhere this spring?
Yeah, the band is playing at 2 campgrounds in May. We're going to kind of open up our season with Don Lane Campground and Silver Valley Campground. That's happening in May. I'll be playing at Blue Ridge Winery. That's actually before in April. And then we go full-fledged into fairs and festivals through the summertime.
So you play with the band, you play by yourself, sometimes you play as a duo too, right?
Yeah,
with
duo,
John?
trio, yeah. We mix it up. Sometimes it's Ken, sometimes it's John, sometimes it's Jeff. You know, whatever the venue can hold or would want, that's kind of where we go.
And you're a school teacher as well?
That's my real job.
What district are you in?
Pleasant Valley.
And you're a mom too.
I am a mom.
And you juggle all that?
I try to. I try the best I can.
It's not easy.
No, but it's fun. It's all fun.
Steel Creek is one of the many great acts playing here, and you can learn about all the performances at this historic theater at ShermanTheater.com.
The Sherman is now entering a new era, and you can continue watching updates on Pocono Television Network.
Yeah, I was even able to make a few of the shows in 2025 and now have some on my calendar for 2026 here. Plus, spring is arriving here this March. We're excited for that, as well as a lot more adventures. We'll see you on the April edition of Pocono Mountains Magazine. Thanks for watching.